On this compressor right here on the side, you always have an accumulator tank, and you could have a single pipe coming in or a two pipe depending on the size of the unit. And so this particular type of accumulator is going to have several different functions, but you have a tiny little pinhole down here on each of these two tubes, and that's because as the refrigerant is getting pumped through the system, it has oil as well with the refrigerant traveling through the system. And so the accumulator, this is the return coming back into the compressor, and then you have your discharge on the top. And so this right here at the top of the accumulator tank, there is a strainer screen. So this little screen will protect from any debris going into the accumulator and then into the compressor, because you don't want any metal shards like copper shards getting in there into the pumping mechanism, because that would mess it up. As well, you're going to have a varying amount of liquid refrigerant in this accumulator tank depending on the capacity. So if you're running at a lower capacity, you're going to have this accumulator tank more filled with liquid refrigerant. And then when you're running at full capacity, you're going to have a lower amount of liquid refrigerant. And so the whole point is you don't want to ever overcharge a inverter system, because you can't tell how much refrigerant's in this accumulator tank. And if you add too much refrigerant into these systems, the refrigerant level will rise up above this pipe right here, and then you're going to have liquid refrigerant traveling into the compressor, which is going to damage it. So you got to remember that you have low pressure vapor coming into the compressor, and then high pressure vapor coming out of the compressor. And make sure to check out our new book on inverter mini splits, and we go over the electrical operation of all the components inside. We go over the refrigerant related practices and a lot of the questions that you may have concerning these systems. So check this out in the full outline over at acservicetech.com in the mini split tab.